Hi friends, it's Addie Martineau back here with another bullet journaling video. So it is July, which means we're halfway through the year, and the best part about that is that I get to start a new journal. This time around I decided to go with all grays, make it very neutral. I just wanted it to be a calming place to go throughout the year because usually I use bright colors for my other themes. So I used my Pentel Touch sign pen in gray to write my name, and then my Ecoline watercolor pen in a light gray to create these little shadow boxes. This was my first page in the theme, and so I was kind of feeling it out, trying to figure out what exactly I wanted from the theme. But I really love how it turned out. I decided to bring back the stars theme from my last journal just to connect it together because it's all 2021. So in my last journal, the beginning pages were like a stars and moon theme with lots of blues. And so this time it's all gray, but I still wanted to bring those stars back. I think it ended up really cute. I used my pearlescent watercolors to add kind of a shimmer. When you open it up in the light, it looks really gorgeous. So halfway through, I decided that I didn't actually like what I did with my name. And so I wrote it in a separate piece of paper and pasted it in. And I love how this turned out. I'm so glad I did it. It really connects these pages to the rest of the spreads. So the second spread in this new bullet journal is my quote spread. I like to bring a quote in to kind of be the theme for the rest of the year. This time around, it is, "May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears." This was originally going to be like a goals page where I was going to write goals on the sides, but after outlining and shading all the words, I don't really want to mess with it. I like how it turned out. I might add goals in later on the sides, but we'll see. I think it stands alone very well as just a quote page.
Long time.
Yes, ma'am. A lot of water under the bridge.
Some of the old songs.
Yes, ma'am.
By this point, I was feeling more confident in the aesthetic for the whole spread. I loved how the letters turned out, and after adding the little stars and shimmery bits, I wanted every page to turn out just as good as this one. So this is at the point where I went back and changed the lettering for the spread before this. Alright, so now we have a future log. I use this to write down any appointments or events that are happening in the next 6 months. And if something is happening further on than that, then I'll just put it in my phone. But this works really well for when I'm setting up my spreads for the coming months. I can refer back to these to find out how the calendar for each month is set up and just see any events that I forgot about. But I only do it for 6 months because my journals generally last me about 6 months. And I don't see the point in doing a whole year when you're only going to use the journal for 6 months. Plus, they fit so nicely on one spread. I like to keep the beginning of my journals really simple and not super decorative. That way, when I go back to them throughout the months, I don't get bored of the theme. Because in the past, when I've done a more extravagant theme, I go back like 4 months in and I'm like, this theme again. And it hinders my ability to use these pages, and that's what they're for. They're for referencing back to throughout the year. Grays really calm me, especially cool grays. It reminds me of like Twilight, where all the colors are starting to get muted because the sun is going down. It's just, I don't know, it makes me feel happy and cozy. This journal, I'm going heavy on the lists. And the reason is, in my last journal, I found that there were a lot of things that I needed to keep track of that I ended up keeping track of in my phone. But I don't like keeping long lists that I refer to on my phone. I've had it happen more than once where I accidentally deleted an entire list that I needed to refer to. So I much prefer to put it in my bullet journal, and I don't need to look at them every day, but at least I know where it is whenever I need it. So the lists on this page are a wish list. The reason I do this is because I can never think of things that I want, and whenever my birthday comes around or Christmas, then I have relatives and family members asking me what I want, and I come up blank every single time. So when I keep a wish list going throughout the year, then anything I think of, I can just write it down. And that way, when people do ask me those questions, I can just refer back to my list. I'm also including a snail mail list because I have been pen paling a lot more lately, and I wanted a place where I could keep track of when I receive letters and when I respond to them. I love my pen pals so much, and I don't want to leave them falling in between the cracks just because I either misplaced their letter or forgot to respond for some reason. So this way I can keep track of it and respond to the older letters and not leave anyone hanging. I kept it simple with these, just a box divided into a few columns. It's not the prettiest thing to look at, but I'm hoping that it will make everything a lot easier in the coming months.
It's been a long time.
Yes, ma'am. A lot of water under the bridge.
Some of the old songs.
Yes, ma'am.
I think the shading on the lines is really pretty. It helps to fill up the space and make the spread feel more completed and less like it's waiting to be filled in, which is exactly what it is. So the last page that I'm working on is going to be my been there, seen that page. I thought this was a cute little title. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. I've divided it into 4 sections for anime, dates, movies, and books. So basically things that I've either done or read or watched or seen that I really enjoyed and that I would like to revisit. I'm creating 4 sections with a place where I can put a star rating on how enjoyable it was. Because I'm the kind of person who likes to reread books that I love and rewatch anime that I really enjoyed. I think I've watched Sword Art Online like 4 times at this point. But this way, when I am looking for something to watch and I want to watch something that I've seen before, then I can just go back to this page and find my favorite animes or my favorite books. And if it's date night and we're trying to find something to do, sometimes we just don't have enough energy to come up with something new. So this should be a good place to go to for reusing dates that my husband and I really enjoyed. Again, I'm shading every other line on here. It really makes the list look official and put together. here is the finished flip through for my new bullet journal. I am so excited to dive into my journal. You probably noticed I already have started it. I have my July spreads all set up and I posted the video, but I wanted to take my time and make sure I really loved the beginning pages. So I took a little longer planning it, and I think it was so worth it. So let me know what you think about the monochrome color palette. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.